Well, hey guys, hi, Brent Abel here, webtennis.com. Another episode of What's the Right Shot? Jeff Seichman with the serve and Paul Wolf with the return. This is the second serve. Sitting up pretty nice right there in the honeypot for Paul to play his forehand return up the line. And, yesterday what we talked about was making sure that in response to whatever shot you hit, that you think about what's your next best court position. And oftentimes, when you get your when you get your opponent stretched out, the next best court position is thinking about, well, how do I take time away from my opponent, no matter what shot they play, right? And that means that you start lurking, you start moving forward in anticipation of something that you can take time away. And in this case, Jeff completely out of the picture, right? We can't even see him. And so Paul knows that, well, all I've got to do is just play this. And, you can turn this into a tricky half volley if you want, but Paul does the right thing. He simply places his racket behind where he thinks eventual contact's going to be after the bounce, and pretty much just does nothing more than just give it a little push into the open court. And, is this the complete intended target? Probably not. I mean, I doubt if he's thinking that he needs to be this close to the single sideline, but whatever. It ends up being a pretty simple play. So, again, we are going back to that whole thought about taking time away from your opponent. And so it's really, what's the right shot based on two things, right? Shot choice and the next best court position. Well, in this case, Paul's thinking shot choice is my return. Since the ball is right where I like it in the forehand side, I'm just going to go ahead and just swing freely up the line and see what I've got. And now the evaluation is, I got maybe a little bit better than what I expected. So my next thing is, what's the next best court position? And that is obviously start moving forward. Not that you have to play a volley. You don't have to. And not that you have to be inside the service line to play the volley. Just like yesterday. If you remember, yesterday's episode, Paul played a volley, a transitional volley, from literally right here in the court, right? But so don't be thinking that just because you're in no man's, quote unquote, no man's land, that's a problem. It's not. It is not. And again, same thing here. Paul plays this half volley from just about the middle between the baseline and the service line over there. And there's no technique to this. There's no fancy technique. It's just place the racket behind the eventual bounce. Let the ball go into the racket string bed at that point. And if you want to give it a little forward shove, go for it. Go for it. All right, guys, that's it for today. What's the right shot? Would love to hear from you down below in the comments area. What's on your mind? Any comments, any questions, let me know. You can always shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com, if you'd prefer to do that. And as always, it is now time to get out there, help another a cup and a half of coffee's doing that. Help another human being have a spectacular day. Guys, we'll do this again tomorrow. Well, hey, it is Brent back here with you. Hope you enjoyed that episode of What's the Right Shot. And look, in your own game, if you are struggling at all with your topspin second serve, what I've got for you is a complimentary course over at the Web Tennis members area. Just go on over, if you're not already a member, to webtennis.com. Drop in your first name, your email address, and you will get access to that free course for your topspin second serve, along with a couple of other free courses as well. Looking forward to seeing you inside the members area.